Hey guys, I'm back. This is for Grieving Part 2. I am currently uploading the Grieving Part 1, so you all can take a look at that. I showed in the last video these books that I have been reading and getting some information from. I would encourage you all to order them, find them, whatever it is. I will show you. I don't know if that's backwards for you guys, but it's Kenneth C. Haugk. And this series is Journey Through Grief. There are 4 books. They are pretty great for grieving parents or anybody, not just parents, but anybody who is grieving. You could have lost someone close to you months, years ago, and if you're just struggling or having a hard time with that grieving process, I would encourage you to get a copy of the books and just read them. The information is great, and it gives you some pointers and some inspiration in how to help you as well. I ended the last video with some myths about the grieving process and about grief, and there was one that I didn't say because I wanted to keep it for this video, because I wanted to talk a little bit longer about this one. This is a myth that people say about grief, and especially for people who have lost a child, I really believe that this is oftentimes really believed. Like, it's so not true, but I think that so many people believe it. And so I really want to talk about it here for just a few minutes. It says, after a loved one has died, you can never be happy again. That's a lie. That's such a lie. Grief is difficult enough without letting yourself be pressured by unrealistic expectations of the world, or by guilt or misconceptions or other people saying stuff, If you hear people that are trying to comfort you, start telling you how to grieve, it's okay for you to stop them. You don't have to be rude. There are polite ways to say to people to not hurt their feelings. I realize that you're trying to help me, but I need to grieve on my own, and I'm not sure how long it's going to take me, and I'd appreciate it if I could do it on my own too. I appreciate your support, though. Something as simple as that. Don't believe the myths and the lies that you hear from people about grief. It should only take you 6 months to grieve all 5 stages, or it should only take you a year. You should be fine, Like, that's not true. That's not true. My son has been gone, it'll be 3 years in October. No, I'm sorry, 3 years in November. He was born in October. He died in November. And I'm not over it. I'm just not. There are days when I just miss him, and I will just cry for not even for no reason. There is a reason. There's a very good reason why I'm crying. It's obviously because I miss my son, and I want him back. I want to hold him. I want to see what he looks like. I want to play with him. I want to yell at him because he's driving me crazy. I want to see, him interact with his sisters. I just miss him, and it doesn't go away. I want to see him go to 4K. I want to see him go to kindergarten. I want to see him graduate high school and get married. But those things aren't going to happen. Birthday parties are so hard for me. First birthday parties are incredibly difficult because I see other children who get to turn 1 and be present at their first birthday party and know that my son, I didn't get to do that for. I wonder what kind of birthday party he would have wanted. Paw Patrol, PJ Masks, like the Lion Guard. What would he have been into? What would he have liked? Would he have liked trains? Would he have liked basketball? Would he have liked, what? I don't know. Braylon loves Shopkins. Destiny likes Monster High. What would Aiden have liked? Teddy bears? I have no idea. And it sucks. What would he have wanted for his birthday? That's really difficult for me. The other difficult thing for me is because I am still in that really angry stage, is that I get angry that other people get to throw their little boys' birthday parties, and I don't. So I guess you could say it's kind of a jealousy thing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm jealous that other people have boys and I wasn't able to give and keep our son for myself and my husband. That bothers me a lot. When I think about what stage of grieving that I could possibly still be in, or when I think about Aiden and how much I miss him and how much I really just want to be with him still, I feel like I'm still in that anger stage. I'm still very angry. I don't know at what or who. It's not the hospital's fault. It's not my fault. It's not Chris's fault. I could blame it on God because of all people in the world, he could have prevented it. He could have made sure that Aiden was not sick and safe and came home to us and he grew up perfectly normal without any defects or sicknesses or anything like that, but he didn't. So I could blame God. But where would that get me? Nowhere. That would just destroy any relationship that I have with God. And that, to me, would just be pointless. I was angry at God for a while, because why would he do this to me? To me, of all people. To me. I just don't get it. I'm sure there are others of you out there who don't understand why me. It's a question that is often asked when we lose somebody, especially a child. The worst thing in the world is, instead of going to the store to buy them a birthday cake, going to the graveyard to sit next to them and cry on their birthday. Or let go of balloons and just for 5 seconds pretend that they may see them in heaven. Or tell your kids that. The grieving process takes a long time. Some people, it takes a lifetime. Some people, it doesn't take very long. It's all dependent on who you are. It doesn't matter on how strong you are, how weak you are. It just is as unique as every individual. You could have identical twins and have the same type of a relationship with the same person, but they could grieve totally different. One could grieve longer, one could not grieve at all. I mean, my husband's grief process was shorter than mine. He still has days, moments, and he didn't grieve like I did, like I am. I know he still does grieve occasionally, but he doesn't outwardly grieve like I do. And that's okay, because everybody's allowed to grieve different. And I don't ever want any of you who have experienced the loss of a child to think that you can't grieve. It was just a miscarriage. I shouldn't be grieving. No. You lost a baby too. Well, it was a stillborn. He really didn't live at all. No. You lost a baby too. But my baby was only alive for a few days. No, you lost a baby too. You have to grieve. It's part of the grieving process. It's part of life. Living and dying. And the ones who are left behind need to grieve. I encourage you to reach out to me if you have any questions or want to share your stories with me. My email is thegrievingparent@gmail.com. I'm open to hearing from other parents, hearing stories. Again, I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my son. I can't even begin to think about how I would be if I couldn't express express my emotions more. And as crazy it sounds, these videos are really helping me. Really, 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 really helping me. I can talk without anybody interrupting me, and I could cry if I want to, and no one's gonna judge me. I mean, you guys may see me and judge me later on, but I don't care. I don't. I lost my son, and I'm still grieving. And if you can't accept that, or if you have people in your life that can't accept that, you're still grieving, then I think that maybe a reevaluation is necessary. But I think that's all for part 2 of the grieving process and why it's so important to grieve. Again, if you have questions, feel free to email me at thegrievingparent@gmail.com. I think that's all for tonight. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next time.